Hello! Today I'm going to show you one of my most sacred places in this home, the pantry. Also too, I was kind of not thinking and I started the dishwasher. So if you hear that background noise, just enjoy it. It's very nice ambiance. It's the white noise of my kitchen. And then if my camera picks up any other noises, it's just a ghost. Since we're gonna be strapped into a life jacket and we are going to be opening up this long cabinet, I am gonna do the unthinkable. I'm gonna turn you vertical. I'm so sorry. I know not everybody likes vertical. We are strapping in to my Plastimo, or maybe it's Plastimo. Plastimo! If any of you guys have watched Invader Zim, do you remember when he has like this little zit that becomes huge and so he names it Pastulio? Well, that's kind of what I think with this. Yeah, okay, Plastimo. 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 They should be adding little accent symbols to tell me how to pronounce this. What's wrong here? What am I getting wrong? What the? It's just hard for me getting in that second arm. If this is your first video, I'm about to blow your mind. It's zipperless. There is literally no zipper. Instead, we're getting some buckles. So we are very much relying on being strapped in tight. And then the laces here at the bottom that honestly, I don't know how much it really does. A part of me just thinks it's cute and that's why they added it in. Then we have the beaver tail back. Perfect. Just needed you to know that this is more about me than it is about my pantry, but we're going to be like very serious here. I really want to give you a thorough walkthrough. Okay, semi-thorough, okay? I won't go through everything, but this is my pantry, and now that I'm looking for a home, I realize that there actually are a lot of homes that don't have any pantry, which is so surprising. Like, even if it's a small kitchen, you would think that they'd carve that out. No, they do not. I do not personally have dreams of a walk-in pantry. To me, that's just a whole lot. It's not what I'm used to. I'm okay with it being an easy access, grab and go cabinet, but all I want is a cabinet, like a real pantry. Okay, so the top shelf, we have alcohol. Now, I'm not a huge drinker, but I do share my house with somebody else. My mom. So she is a lot more open to that, and she hosts her friends and they drink as well. So, she is a little more about it. We do though have some really nice quality olive oil from overseas, and I believe we get this from Spain. I will say that I have been to Spain. I visited Madrid, flew into that airport, and then I just stayed there in the area just for like a couple days, I think. It is quick, very popular to have on hand. I think it has a very long shelf life. And honestly, we do not make pancakes or waffles in this house, but we do make the biscuits that are like shortbread biscuits. However, whenever we've made them, other people are very confused. They're like, this is a biscuit. I'm like, no, it looks like a biscuit, but it's shortbread. Louisiana hot sauce. And I will tell you, it has a different taste than other hot sauces, because when I had pho last night, I realized that it didn't come with sriracha, which I believe it is. Is sriracha though the Spanish one? Then there's also a hot sauce that's for Asian food, because this did not taste good in my pho last night. We have peanut butter that again comes from overseas, but I cannot remember if it's from France or Spain. I don't know. It's a lot healthier than American peanut butter. It's really hard to describe this shelf that I'm pulling from, because like behind it, I see like breadcrumbs, some non-stick spray, peanuts. I guess this is very miscellaneous, but we'll move down here to where we usually put canned goods. And for the most part, we always try to keep stock of some soup. So we have, so for soup right now, we have, oh my gosh, this is a huge can of tomato soup. But definitely love tomato soup and grilled cheese. It's delicious. Now you are also catching me at a time that is right before our Thanksgiving holiday. And so we do have some traditional food. Cranberry sauce. Now some people hate this. They're like, this is not traditional. This is like Jell-O from a can. And I'll tell you, it is the best Jell-O you've ever tasted. It is so good. I will say, I do actually like Jell-O in the texture, but if you're talking about like the little fruity tooty, like food dyed types of Jell-Os that old people like, those are good, but they're different texture than this kind of Jell-O. Oh, we have some coconut milk, which is a joke in our household because when my brother went to school, there was a food drive and people were told to bring canned goods. And then, so of course my brother just like wasn't really paying attention. So of course my mom was the one who packed the cans up to donate. And so all of a sudden, like the teacher looks and finds coconut milk in the classroom stash and gets so mad. And my brother felt so guilty because he actually didn't know if the coconut milk was from him. It was not, because my mom was smart enough to know that people in need don't really prioritize coconut milk. But oh my God, I think my brother looked so guilty and was like horrified that day. Like, no, mortified. He was like thinking it was him. But anyway, so whenever we see this, we kind of joke like, oh, coconut milk. We have mushrooms, which is so good to add to Thanksgiving stuffing. So because my family is from up north, we actually cook the stuffing in the turkey. We shove it up the butt and then we bake it all together. And it is so good. Now, I understand that the Southern tradition is to bake it separately, which is fine. You know, if they want to eat that dry stuff, they can. But what I don't get is when they try to hate on like our stuffing style and say that, you know, you're putting yourself at risk for salmonella, like all this stuff. You're not, okay? You can track the temperature of the turkey. Thermometers exist. But we usually add extra mushrooms, which I think is why we have so many. Oh my gosh, so this alcohol is so old, but I feel like alcohol never truly expires. And this was when I made a YouTuber friend. She came over once and we didn't end up filming. We hung out. She brought this, which was really nice, and she left it here. Unfortunately, we never hung out again and I never got to return the favor. We have German mustards. So of course the red is the spicier one. I love both of these, but I just love spicy mustard in general. It is so good. Oh, we got this and we haven't tried it yet, so no recommendations. But I will say it is a bit hard getting kind of these cheap Asian food dishes because oftentimes you're baking it in plastic and then you're eating all these microplastics. And oftentimes it has so much sodium in it, so it's not good for you. So we just had one to try, a little guilty pleasure. These ones, they're not amazing. Like I would take a regular cup of joe any day, but if I needed some caffeine and wanted to make something midday, these were pretty good. Like I don't love them, but I like them. They're just like little vanilla lattes. You can make them so quickly. Oh, even more cranberry sauce because my mother knows that I am obsessed with these. Pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. I alternate between the two and I eat these every morning. I just think seeds are the way to go. I get a little more tired of peanuts and peanut butter, but not a good handful of seeds. These random crackers that we've unboxed, so we have no idea when the expiration date is, but oh, it does okay. And we have pastas, which, you know, I don't really care about. They're way back there, I can see them, but I am not a pasta girly. Sorry, I realize I have the pantry off center, so I can stand here and talk and let you appreciate this while appreciating me. Then we have two drawers at the bottom. Oh good, you can see, yeah. So the two drawers, you have like your foil and your saran wrap. We used to have this really big Ziploc bag that held other loose Ziploc bags. And I don't know where it went, but you know, I will say it was starting to get so big. It was like this big, bulky, round plastic ball. So I think we put it in the garage so it can be dirty there and we'll use it to store our food. And I see more pastas. So I'm gonna be really embarrassed if like someone sees an expiration date, because every once in a while we'll pull something out and we'll find it and it's 10 plus years old. So it's a very packed pantry, okay? It's a good visual, but definitely once you stow stuff in the back, you can't see it. Then at the very bottom we have some more alcohol, and then we have a little wok. It's not very little, it's kind of big. See? It's a pretty big wok. And then we have just like extra foil pieces. So it's very much a lived-in home. And I love it. For the most part, I only grab a few things at a time because I like very quick snacks. So I'm not gonna be like, oh, coconut milk, let me process that and eat it. But, you know, we can make curry sometimes. I like a lot of different types of food, which is very good and keeps me as a very fun person to hang out with. I am so flexible, but thank you for joining me with my pantry. Okay, love you, mean it. Bye, guys.